guys, it's Carlos here at Ultimate Fitness Training once again, and thank you so much for watching the video. And today we're doing a video about one particular subject of which is being talked a lot in a lot of parts of the media, and a lot of celebrities are coming out and kind of telling the stories about depression, how they suffered and how people are taking their lives and basically suffering quite a lot in silence a lot of the times. However, let's talk about what we think that will help us overcome depression. Now, this is a subject of which is quite sensitive for a lot of people, and believe it or not, unless you've gone through it, you won't know. And it's almost like I hear a lot of people talking about, well, what's depression? Oh, you're depressed, stop it, snap out of it. You don't know. It's like telling someone that's got diabetes, snap out of the diabetes. Can you do that? Someone that's just had an heart attack, stop having an heart attack. Can you do that? No, you can't. Now, unless you've had it, you are not allowed. I wouldn't say, when I say I'm not allowed, I don't think you should comment about it. So obvious, because I'm talking about it, I've gone through it, so I can tell you a thing or two of which I have learned through depression. Now, a very sensitive subject for a lot of people, and a lot of people, believe it or not, lifetime they won't talk about it because they're scared about it, because it's a nasty, nasty mental health. Okay, however, mental health is one of the things that at the time or now is something that still psychologists, coaches, psychiatrists are still studying how the brain works. So it's quite a complex machine. So I'm going to tell you 5 things of which will help you to come out depression, because what happens is many people get into depression for many different reasons. Now, it could be a lifestyle. Obviously, stress is a massive factor. Obviously, it could be people you're surrounding yourself with. Can be people that obviously push you down, people that push you up. However, pressure, life pressure as well. A lot of obviously tasks to do. Trying to find your tail and you can't find the tail. The tail is too short, so you can never find it, and sometimes the tail is too long, and sometimes when you find it, it's still not the right one. So let me just go into detail what I mean by this, and 5 things that will help you overcome depression. And don't take me wrong, this is not a cure, it's something that may help you. Okay, now everyone's different, and then also after studying many years this particular field, of which I become almost like obsessed about helping others become their greatest versions in the area of physical development, personal training, psychology, coaching, is something I still love to learn, and it's something that is quite close to my heart, because believe it or not, there is a lot of people out there suffering in silence, and it's a nasty thing to happen to anybody. I don't wish on my worst enemy. It's not nice. It's something that you can't see, but it's there, so it's even worse. Okay, so let's go into these 5 things of which will help you. Now, number 1 is fall in love with something. Okay, what I mean by that is fall in love with something you're passionate about, and this can be very hard, because a lot of us, when we are in depression, your serotonin levels are very low. Okay, your mood's very low. Okay, your melatonin levels are very low, so your sleeping cycle is horrendous. You won't be able to sleep. You won't be able to even sometimes communicate with people. It's horrible, you know. It's a sensation of which life has no meaning, you know. It's like, this happens to the very best, because we push ourselves very hard. So all of a sudden you go from being this positive and courageous person into being literally as weak as a pussycat. Okay, so it's very hard, and we kind of like lose the love for everything, okay, even to ourselves, to others. And what happens is this can be something that can be quite, if you like, nasty feeling, because you've never experienced it. So one of the things I would say in advice is fall in love with something, anything. What I mean by that is, so let's say you're passionate, you've got a job, okay, and you're passionate about paintings, okay, follow that, okay, or you were passionate about paintings, go and do it. go and learn more about it. And what you find is a lot of the times getting into depression is a sign of the universe is telling you you need to change things. You need to change things. There's something out there that needs to change you. So the universe gives you this shock, of which is depression, in order to make you become a greater version of yourself. Now, for the guys that have never gone through it, you will not understand it. And I'm telling you, unless you go through, the guys that have gone through it, they'll tell you, okay? So this is something you need to change. So falling in love with something is very, very special, okay? And that will help you as well. Okay, now number 2 is meditate, okay? People that are going through depression, 9 times out of 10, they'll suffer from anxiety and panic attacks. Now, if you've never had anxiety or panic attacks, let me tell you, you'll scare the shit out of you, okay? Let me tell you, it's the reptilian brain that is the monkey brain. So we've got 2 parts of our brains, of which is the mammal brain and the reptilian brain. The reptilian brain is completely, utterly animal, okay? Now, if you've never had one, this may sound Chinese. For the guys that have had one, they know exactly what I'm talking about. If you've had a panic attack, let me tell you, you think you are about to pop the clock. So you'll think that you're dying, okay? And it scare the shit out of you. And all you need to have is one, okay? Once you have one, your brain becomes really rescientized, and it's almost like you picked up a virus, and that virus will never leave you until you learn how to actually overcome that virus. It's a nasty, nasty, nasty feeling, and it stays there. It doesn't just, people just say, oh, that person just had a panic attack. Whew. It's just like, oh, they've had a cold. Let me tell you, you'll scare the shit out of you. And even doctors, even psychiatrists, even psychologists that have never had one, they don't know. They look at you thinking, oh my God, yeah, you just had a panic. Look, he will scare the shit out of you, okay? Some people have heart palpitations. Some people have dizziness. Some people have legs are going as if you're gonna faint. Some people have completely, utterly body out experiences. Honestly, it's horrible. And you can have all these things at the same time. You lose concentration, you don't know where you are, your mind goes. It's horrible, horrible, horrible. Now, for the guys that never had one, they'll laugh about it. Ho, 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 panic attacks, oh, anxiety, what's that? Let me tell you, when we have one, you'll probably watch back this video and say, you know what? I knew there was more to it. And honestly, you'll respect people that go through it. I'm telling you, anyone that goes through depression, anxiety, I'm telling you, it's 10 times harder than anything I have done in my life. 10 times, honestly, if you told me years back when I went through it to go and fight 10 lions, I would jump in the lion's den rather than going through it again. And I tell you, I wouldn't even be scared of dying. That's how hard it was. Now remember, obviously our protection of our lives is everything, so we protect our lives. So it was that bad that was actually, I was willing to do anything in order to basically overcome it. And this is something that is quite close to my heart. And people that probably knew me at that time, that I went through, very just close people that knew me, knew that obviously it's very strange, because someone like me, obviously I'm a very positive person, very strong, very, very outgoing, and all of a sudden I had it. And believe it or not, I was so upset, because someone like me that knew about psychology, that knew about the brain, that knew about the physical attributes in order to become healthier, happier, stronger, I had it. And the reason why I had it, I've got to tell you this, the reason why I had it, some of you guys might say, oh, did you have it? Yeah, I did. It's not because I was upset or because I was negative. I had it because I was pushing myself too hard. So the body just gave up. I was doing far too much. So the body just completely gave up on me. So because the body is the subconscious mind, so once the body gives up on you, then the brain follows. So that's what I had. So one of the main reasons there is understanding your body. So then obviously that meditation is really important. Understanding that you need to calm down, you need to be at one with nature. You need to, in meditation could be like what I'm doing right now with you guys, for instance. I'm here on this path, beautiful greenery. I mean, some of you guys might laugh, what the fuck is he walking down a path doing a video? It's meditation for me. I'm relaxed. I'm helping others become their greatest versions. This is absolutely, completely meditation for me, okay? For you it might not be, but for me it is, so I feel good. And I'm gonna do whatever I like because that's what I do. Okay, so meditation is really important. For some of you guys, meditation, it could be like, like stay in lotus position and meditate and become a greater version there, which is fantastic. For some of the people, might be just walk down a park. Some people might be walk by the sea. Some people might be with family. Some people might be just relaxing in the garden and just chilling out. So there's a lot of different sort of parameters of meditating and also relaxing. Okay, so I definitely advise you to meditate at least 2 or 3 times a day. Okay, what I tend to do, I tend to meditate in the morning and in the evening. So every time I go to bed, I meditate, and that really helps me become a greater version of myself. Now, number 3 is stop worrying about what others think of you. Now, the sign of judgment is one of the things that really is gonna affect your brain. Now, and a lot of us, this is something that has been almost programmed in our minds. I mean, we go to school, our parents tell you, oh, make sure you're better than that one. Or someone tells you, oh, you're not as good as that one. It's always a constant comparison. It's a constant sort of competition. Okay, and this is one of the things that will set you to become depressed, because you're constantly comparing yourself to someone else. And then what happens is this: once you start comparing to yourself to someone else, the reptilian brain starts, because it's all about fight or flight. The reptilian brain is all about fighting or flying. Okay, so it's escaping the truth, okay, or even sometimes the imaginary, because remember, your brain does not know the difference between something that actually vividly happens to something that actually your brain thinks about. We don't know. Okay, this is a really weird sort of scenario. So when you become to have anxiety and panic attacks and depression, all of a sudden your brain's all over the gaff. Honestly, things that you might think, some people like that have got anxiety and panic attacks, they'll come here and all of a sudden they start having a panic attack because they're alone. Honestly, it's really, really weird, and this can send you to a crazy place. Now, this is what I always advise people to do. Meditation's good. And obviously, actually being surrounded by positive people and not allowing external events to dictate your present actually feelings and what actually reality is, and caring for yourself, okay, looking after yourself, and that really helps you. Now, this then leads to number 4: surround yourself with people that actually love you. A lot of us, we've got loads of friends. I mean, you might say, oh, I've got 100 friends, or I've got 200 friends. That's a lot of crap. You haven't got 200 friends. You might have 1 or 2 friends, but you've got 198 that probably like you sometimes, okay? No, none of us have 100 friends. Honestly, the most angelic person, the most caring person out there will have 100 friends. It's just the way we humans are made. We cannot have these close relationships with hundreds of people. You might have people that like you, or people that don't dislike you as much, and this is something that has been studied by a lot of scientists. I'm not saying people hate everybody, but what I'm saying is, we sometimes say we've got a lot of friends, but we haven't. We've got acquaintances, we've got people that sometimes, same place, get on with you in a particular way. However, they probably won't even piss on you if you're on fire. But then that's why it's going to lead to what I'm just about to say is, when you are down in the dumps, how many friends do you have? Because remember, people love people that are famous. People love that people that are doing really well. If you are doing really well, I bet you will have thousands of friends. Look at the biggest following social media there is. It's all about followers, isn't it? Oh no, I'm not going to name it, you know exactly what it is. It's all about followers. If you got followers, you must be famous. So I'm going to follow that guy because everyone does. So people love that, okay? If that person was a piece of shit, would you follow him? Okay? People even like your pictures. I'll give you an example. Say, if you do something really good and there's loads of haters, they won't like your picture. They'll see your picture, they won't like your picture. However, wait until you make it big. All of a sudden, these haters all of a sudden begin to love your picture. They'll be like, oh yeah, I know that guy, he's taking pictures with that guy, I must like him, so they see me as well. I liked it. It's a lot of bollocks. I'll give you an example. I was with a guy the other day. I know him, I'm not going to name any names. Really lovely guy, I really like the guy, to be fair. And he was telling me about a story of a guy of which never used to be hate on him. Now he became a bit famous, to be fair, he's quite famous, I won't say a bit famous, quite famous. All of a sudden, all these haters are friends, gym friends, club friends, lovely friends. And I said to him, mate, do you really trust these people? You know, before, they never used to like anything. 2 years ago, they didn't even look at him, right? Now, they're the best friends, okay? So that's fake. So a lot of us, we actually haven't got those friends, we've got acquaintances, okay? So surrounding yourself with people that love you is a really, really, really important thing. So surround yourself with people that actually care about you, people that actually got no interest of taking anything from you, they just love you for you, okay? So I had to learn that. I had to learn to surround myself with people that actually cared about me. And let me tell you, I'm going to be very honest with you, there wasn't many. So I'm not going to lie to you, because none of us have a lot. We all think that we've got loads of people that love us. We don't. We've got very little amount of people. 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6 if you're lucky. Okay, your mum and dad will love you. Your brothers and sisters will love you. Your cousins may not detest you as much, or they might pretend they love you. Okay. Now I'm not saying that some cousins don't love each other, but just the way, it's just the reality. Honestly, reality. One of the most famous things is if you speak to people and you ask someone that obviously, like me, coach a lot of people, what happens to families? They'll all fall out. Okay, if it was that much about love, no one would fall out. If it was everyone had the intention of love, no one would fall out. Everyone would love each other. So a lot of the times, we always got to realize that this is society. It's just the way it is. So finding people that love you is crucial. Sometimes it might not even be family. Sometimes I've got a very special friend of which is a lovable person. She's not my family. And honestly, that person, when I was in a really bad position in my life, he was there for me. Okay, he's nothing to do with my family, doesn't come from the same background as me, and has got no interest in my things, or I've got interest in their things. However, we just clicked, okay, and we're very, very special friends. And that's it. There's no benefits of me being his or her friend, and not the same on either side. We just clicked, okay. So that's a really, really important thing. Now, the other thing I'm going to tell you about, of which then is going to lead to number 5. This can be a video, of which is a vast video about depression, anxiety, and panic attacks. And this is one of the things well, I mean, there's a lot of things I can express myself about. However, I'm going to say something to you. For the guys that have got panic attacks out there and anxiety and depression, you need to understand and surrender to it. Okay, surrender. Now, what I mean by surrender, and you probably read or listened to, or maybe even like understood, or I haven't probably understood, because this is something that's quite hard to understand unless you've gone through it. Okay, what a tendency our bodies and our brains to do is to fight anything that comes to us. Okay, we try to fight. We've got antibodies in our brain, and antibodies in our bodies in order to fight infection, to fight anything. So when you've got anxiety, what you want to do, you want to escape the present moment. It's a feeling. Imagine it's all adrenaline, okay, and then obviously we are programmed in our brains to do that, to run away. So the adrenaline kicks in, all these body sensations comes, thoughts, body sensations. It's horrible. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to reprogram your brain. Okay, and what I mean by that is you need to reprogram your brain with different things of which you fall in love with, that then reprograms your brain not to feel that way. And what I mean by that is, imagine like people that got anxiety, in panic attacks, in depression, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. They'll get up with it, and it's there every second. It's not there, oh, let me be depressed now, or let me be happy. No. It's there. Whoever's got it will know exactly what I'm talking about. It's there consistently every single second. Okay, so how can I help you with this particular sort of subject is just allow it to be there. Enjoy it. Almost even tell your subconscious mind, yeah, that's fine. I like this. Fine, no problem at all. And what happens is this. Once you start getting busy with your daily activities, get busy with the things you love. Don't take me wrong, it's going to be so hard, because you may say, Carlos, you're telling me to fall in love with something but I can't even get out of bed. I understand that. But what you do is get busy. Get a journal, get busy with your activities. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, go through it. Go the activity, whatever it is. Go for a walk, go to your job, do whatever. You might have a couple of panic attacks, that's fine. Keep going, keep going. Because what it is, that panic attack is actually not real. It's just something that's happening in your brain. Once you accept it, just even say, you know what, let's have a couple of panic attacks today. Once you laugh at it, all of a sudden your brain is not scared anymore. Because this is how messed up it is. Once you've got this particular, it's an habit. It's an habit that doesn't serve you, however, it's a habit. Okay, so it's a neuroplasticity. It's called neuroplasticity. You probably have heard me before talking about this. Once your brain has a neural pathway of which has been reprogrammed to be scared, all of a sudden, once you have those thoughts, those physical sensations, you will have anxiety, highly anxiety, not just, oh, I'm a bit nervous, it's seriously up there, okay? And the higher the anxiety is, the quicker you will have a panic attack. And once you have a panic attack, oh dear, let me tell you, it's rather unpleasant, let me tell you. If not, some people, honestly, some people won't even leave the house. I'm telling you, this happens to the most successful people, to the strongest people. I've seen a guy, right? Obviously I'm a pretty physical guy myself, but I've seen a guy massive, and I mean like humongous, that will not leave his house. Okay, he was scared to leave his house, and you look at him, you'd think you wouldn't like to meet him in a dark alleyway. Okay, but he was scared not to do anything. He's scared to leave the house because he becomes homophobic. So it becomes like, it's actually a condition. It's called the condition of which you don't want to leave the house, okay? So he's scared of everything, even scared of open spaces. It's so scary, and it's so sad to have a human being even, you know, and that then leads you to deep depression, and obviously a lot of people out there ended their lives because they haven't got escape. They can't escape. Now, the reason why I'm doing these videos, these particular videos, because I have a lot of people I know around me that have depression, and I do help them, and some of them have completely, utterly surpassed it, like I have, okay? And remember, depression can go around circles, can come back sometimes you might not even see it ever again, because once you start, it's almost like something, once you learn how to overcome it, you'll never have it again. And once your serotonin levels are high, your melatonin levels are high as well, so you start sleeping better, you start avoiding negative thoughts. All of a sudden you become a very positive person. And I tell you, all the guys out there that have overcome depression, they'll tell you, once you overcome, let me tell you, you fly, because you know you can. Honestly, you can't overcome anything. Nothing, honestly, I'm telling you, nothing comes close to that. I would say, for me, and probably I've never said this before, it's something that is close to my heart. I would say that was the biggest experience in my life, and I would not be here today if I didn't do it. So if I said, I'm actually thankful to the universe that giving me that, because I learned about it, and I can then learn and then express myself and help others overcome it, because it's such a nasty thing. So I'm very sad when I hear people say that they've taken their lives, and people go, oh, why would you take your life? You're stupid. Listen, you've never gone through it, have you? If you've never gone through it, honestly, don't even comment, because you don't actually know what it is. Because once you do, you respect some people that have it. So my heart goes to all those guys that obviously are suffering. Okay, obviously something that obviously there's a lot of help out there as well. There is a lot of obviously help from medical parts, and some of you guys might be a bit confused about whether spirituality or medication is better than another. I'm not here to tell you which one's better. However, sometimes both of them can help. Okay, so obviously there is a lot of different advice out there. I'll definitely advise you guys to maybe speak to someone that's gone through it and overcome it through the other side, because it's people that have gone through it know exactly what they're talking about. Now, people that have never done it, people that have never actually experienced, commenting and saying, oh, don't be silly, I'm just crossing the roads, bear in mind. People that have never gone through it and commenting, honestly, it's like going up Mount Everest with an instructor. Crazy people out here, with someone that's never gone through it. Okay, you want to go with someone that's very experienced, someone that's gone 10, 15, 20 times up that mountain, so they can teach you one thing or two. Not people that talk about it or read about it, it's people that have done it. Okay, so here we are, guys. This video is a video that it's quite emotional for me to do this video, because it's something that's very close to my heart, and I sometimes, when I hear people saying they've got a friend that's going through depression, they're struggling, and a lot of people take it lightly. They talk about depression as if I just had to treat them. You know, they don't care, because you know what? Because they've never done it. They never had it. They never experienced it. And maybe they've never seen anyone close to them going through it, and then actually see it, they will know. Or if they actually experience it, that's the best thing, is experiencing it. And I'll tell you now, other things I'm going to tell you. Obviously you may comment on this video, or you may like or dislike this video. For the guys that have got it, they know exactly what I'm talking about. Depression is something that can take a long time to disappear, and it's almost like, I call it the meltdown. Okay, it's like a mountain, and it's very cold. It's like -20, the best way I can explain it to you. You're not going to get rid of that snow straight away. So what's going to happen is going to go from -20, -19, -18, and sometimes go up to -20 again. But sometimes you may lose it all, and the mountain the snow goes. But it may take a year. It may take 2 years. It may take 3 years. It may take 3 months. You don't know. Some people really go really fast, get rid of it very fast. Some people have it for all their lives. I've read people saying that they've literally suffered it for years and years and years and years. I guess those people probably not following the right things. Maybe dare to say maybe they've got a very chronic one. It's hard to say, and I don't like to comment saying that because I've overcome it, I'm better than anybody else. I'm not. Don't take it wrong, when I was going through it, I had to do research, I had to learn, I had to read, I was reading as many things as I could, and sometimes reading and studying can immerse you so much in it that it's hard to get out. So what I had to do, I had to basically get my legs in motion in order to overcome it, start doing the right things, become very spiritual, became more attached to the ones that love me, slow down as well. I had to slow down, and become to do the things I love to do, of which is, guess what it is helping others become their greatest version. So I became even more attached to helping others, and that has helped me, has saved me, in order to become my greatest version. Hence the reason why I say to you guys, become your greatest version. I'm not just telling you because I think it's quirky. I'm not telling you because I think it sounds amazing and, you know, look at this, it's, you know, a slogan. It is because I have become my greatest versions through helping others become your greatest versions. So with all that said, guys, thank you very much for helping me obviously do these videos. I'm very, very grateful for that. Very sensitive subject to me. Obviously for the guys obviously suffer, they will obviously be very sensitive to this. And with all that said, guys, you know where to find me on Carlos Trainer 10 on Instagram, also on YouTube channel, which is Carlos Trainer. Like, subscribe, and share this video if you can. And with all that said, guys, stay happy, stay healthy, stay fit, have a beautiful day. Take care.